Amber C asks a good question. She says, if you're dating a woman in another city, are you flying out to see her first? Absolutely not. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why it shouldn't operate that way ever. The woman should always go to the man first. And I'm going to explain to you why. So, multiple arguments are going to be made. So let me try to get to these arguments first before I explain the dynamic mechanism of it. So, for, number one, the first thing that women are going to bring up is, okay, well, what if he's crazy? What if he's insane? So if he's crazy, you mean to tell me that you think it's okay for him to know where you stay at and know the city that you stay at and then still be around you? So if he's crazy, he's going to be crazy whether he sees you in person in your city or you're in his city in person. He's crazy. So he's going to do anything regardless if he sees your city or not. And if he's crazy, he's already made up in his mind that he's going to do something crazy to you when he sees you because he's crazy. So that cancels out. Why would you want the crazy man to come to you in the first place? Secondly, why would you feel comfortable for a man that you have not connected to deep enough yet? If you thought he was genuinely crazy, why would you want him to come to your city? Why have you not built enough rapport and trust that you like, why are you even inviting or okay with going to see him in the first place? Because he's crazy. So if you're going to see somebody or they're coming to see you, there should already be a trust factor there where you feel like this man is not crazy. So that's number one and number two. The next thing I'm going to say is, next thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about the dynamic when it comes to women. I say this all the time, and I really don't think people really understand it. Like when I explain it, but I'm going to explain it again. For any man in here, you need to understand that you don't keep a woman by a bunch of money. You don't keep a woman by having good looks. Those things help you. Things help you in spite of, right? They help you in spite of. Money, looks, sex, all of that stuff is stuff that women like, right? But that's not the main thing that keeps a woman around. The main thing that keeps a woman around is experiences. Experiences is what keeps her around. So when you're dealing with a woman, she's going to cherish all of these new moments with you. Women are connected to men by experiences and lifestyle of the things that you guys are doing. And it don't have to be a bunch of money spent. You guys can go on a date, you guys can take a walk, whatever that may be. Women are connected through men through experiences. So ladies, let me explain to you why it's not smart for me to come to your city. Because if I come to your city, guess what? The dynamic of leadership changes. Because let me use somebody for example. Let's say I'm talking to Dread, right? Dread in the comments. She the first person that just commented, right? So if I'm talking to Dread, I'm gonna tell Dread, okay, Dread, what we finna do? Where we gonna go? Oh, you been there already yet? Okay, bet. Where's we gonna go? What we gonna do? I'm gonna channel everything that we do through her. That's if we do anything. But I'm gonna channel all the experiences that we have in this city through this woman. So I have to ask you where to go, what to do, what we gonna do. You've already been to this restaurant. You've been to this place before. You know your city. So you're not getting a new experiences. It just so happens that I'm there. But you're not getting a true, real experience that you've never experienced before. Because if we go to a restaurant, you probably ate there before. If we go to this place, you've probably been there before. We're doing everything that you've already done. So that's number one. The next thing is, and if we reverse the roles, right, and you in my city, well, now everything is new for you. So everything is a spontaneous thing for you. Nothing is already something that you're used to. Nothing at all. Everything is brand new. Everything is happening. And you're going to be able to experience it and cherish it, right? It's like a vacation for you. The next thing is, ladies, let's just think about this, ladies. Think about this. Think about what I'm about to say. How masculine is it for a man to be up in your house, brushing his teeth in your sink, farting in your bathroom, sitting on your toilet, washing his ass and his balls in your shower, going up in your refrigerator? Then just think about that. A man doing that, a grown man, in your apartment or your house, doing all of this stuff. That's not a good look for a man. A man is not supposed to be up under the woman. The woman goes up under the man. The man sets the domain, the domain and the foundation, not the woman. Now, that doesn't mean that a man can never go to see you. That doesn't mean that a man can't go to your crib. That doesn't mean that. We're talking about the first time because first impressions is very important. I think everybody would agree with that. So for the first impression, the man needs to be the one that's setting the foundation. So you go up under him. It's different if you up in his stuff because he's the man. You go up under him. The dynamic is he's the one that's leading, right? He's the one that's I'm picking the restaurant. I'm driving the car. We're going here. I know this place. You've never been here. You've never been in Chicago. So I'm going to show you Chicago. You ain't never been in this apartment that I live in. So now you're in my apartment. Like everything is the man is male led and dynamic led. Again, you can argue safety and all of that. Why the fuck would you want a man to come to your place if you were just so scared about safety? You should be worried about safety, of course. Why would you have him come to your city if you was worried about safety though? Make that make sense? Because if he's a crazy ass motherfucker, he's still gonna be a crazy ass motherfucker. So the point that I'm making is every single thing that operates in the fly out, first time fly out shit should be the woman going to the man because of that the dynamic, the first impression of how it should operate. And a lot of women get that shit twisted. They think it should be the other way around. No, it's because you're a modern woman. You don't understand how things should work. So that's what's wrong with I hope that answers your question, but that's what's wrong with a lot of women. They don't think. They don't think. Because it's more so what's best for me. And it's not about what's best for you. It's about what's best for the both of y'all. Because it's two people in a relationship. And it's best for the man to be in the driver's seat. Unless you want to be with a beta male. Unless you want to be with a man that ain't no leader. And I don't think none of y'all want that. So just a question. Should the man buy her ticket to come to his city? I think that depends on y'all two and y'all conversation. I think that depends. I think that's usually the case. Yeah, that's usually the case. But I think that depends. I mean, I've had women come to me and they pay for their own ticket. But the least I can do, I will say this. The least you can do as a man, if a woman pays for her own ticket, everything is on you. So I've had women pay for their own ticket, and when they came to see me, everything was on me. I paid for women's ticket, and everything was on me still. I've paid for women's tickets, and we went, and maybe most of the stuff that we did, I paid for. Like, okay, I got breakfast. She there for 2 days. I got breakfast tomorrow, or I got dinner tonight. Like, I don't think it has to be where you a man, so you got to do. Like, I think if a woman really like a dude, she don't mind. Like, okay, he paid for the dinner. I'm gonna get the movie, like in it like now. I mean, I believe in more traditional ways. So I think like a man should be the provider. I think he should be the main provider, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with a woman buying a fucking slushy. Like you too good to buy a slushy, bitch. Take your ass back to the fucking city that you in. I don't want to be around you, bitch. So, but usually no. I think it usually goes where the man that paid for the ticket, or if the woman pays for the ticket, at the end of the day, the man should be in the driver's seat. And in my experiences, like I say, I've had situations where I paid for the ticket, pay for everything. I've had situations where the woman paid for the ticket, still pay for everything. Or I've had situations where I paid for the ticket, she paid for the ticket, and the woman came to see me and I paid for the majority of stuff. It, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we got dinner, ordered food, whatever that may be. So I think it depends on the dynamic between you and the person that you're talking to. Yeah, it's the entitlement. And I don't advise no man to let no woman come to you and she entitled like that.